Hi everybody, welcome to episode 6. I was just turning on shaders to get a couple screenshots for my thumbnail for episode 5, and it just looks so good. So I figured we would open up today's video and maybe do a quick little fly around with some shaders on. I really love... oh, it's a little leggy. I really love this cliff that we landscaped last episode. And our little sugarcane farm. Here, let's see if we can get a view. Those fields are looking so nice. Now that we made all of this room down here, I would really love to start a little village. And maybe in the process of doing that, we can also revamp our little bee sanctuary so that it fits in better with all the builds here. Which I was looking at comments from my last video, and apparently a bee sanctuary or community or whatever you want to call it is called an apiary. And I think I've heard that word before, but I didn't make the connection. So thank you for teaching me that. Back in the boring old graphics, and I think I actually like the way that the lichen looks without shaders, because it's so much more subtle, you can barely see it, whereas when I had the shaders on, it was super obvious that we had it there. And it's just kind of a nice little weathered look with some light. Part of building the village is finding a new home for these guys, because they're kind of in an inconvenient spot anyways whenever I need wool or leather, and I'd really love to separate them and maybe move them closer to the farms, and then we can just have everything related to farming in one area. With that being said, I think it's time for a time lapse. Coming out of our time lapse to do a quick little check-in of all the progress we've made so far. We made our barn, and we did move over the animals. So I took all the sheep and cows that were in there And we put them in their new home, which we can go visit them in a second. And then I did some terraforming. I wanted this waterfall to be a little bit more interesting rather than just like one giant blob of water. So I took some time and roughed up the area a little bit and tried to make it look a little more interesting. It's kind of hard to work on a cliff face like this, so I'll probably come back and do some more work on it, especially like right here where there's this huge blob of water. I don't really like that. I always envisioned a lake around here, and so that's what we did. We created a lake, and then I terraformed this little cliff face, and I tried to match it to what we have going on over here. And we put up a big custom tree and just did a little bit of decorating, not too terribly much. But yeah, like I said, I tried to match the style we had going on over there. As for the barn, we walk in here and it's pretty empty. I just have pretty much no decoration. But we just have our little home for our sheep and cows. And then upstairs, we have more of like a storage area. So we got to keep our hay somewhere to feed all the animals. And then out back here, we have a wandering trader. I think I already bought from this guy. Yeah. But out back, we just have a little, I don't even know what you would call this, but just a little loading area, I suppose, to take the hay in and out of the top part of the barn. Once I'm done with the landscaping over here, I'm going to fence it off so that we can have some cows, pigs, sheep, whatever, just kind of wandering around out here, kind of like they would in real life. They go out to pasture. As for the rest of this area, I'm gonna jump up on some scaffolding really quick so we can get a nice bird's eye view. I did want to test something out really quick. I thought it would look really cute if we were able to put the amethyst shards on leaves. So I'm going to just test this out really quick. I haven't looked it up or anything, so I don't know if this will actually work. But maybe I got some of all the different sizes. Oh. Like if we put one right there. Oh no. Dang it. Well, that would explain why nobody's done that before. What about wood? Can you put them on wood? Oh, you can. Interesting. Can you put them on moss? You can. Okay, okay, okay. We got some ideas going here. Okay, I went ahead and added a few amethyst crystals into the tree, and I think that looks really nice. I didn't want so many in there that it looked like a flowering tree or anything like that, but you know, every once in a while you walk by and you see a little glimpse of purple, like they're just little blossoms or something in there. I think it looks good. And it's a nice way to add a little pop of color too. I decided that this sugar cane, I'm not a huge fan of the amount that I put here, so I think we're gonna take a couple of these down. Sugarcane used to be a really good decoration block, but I just kind of feel like there's so many better options nowadays. I would also like to put a stable and a little farmhouse somewhere in here. I'm just having a little bit of trouble figuring out where we should put everything. Looking at it from this angle, I feel like this might be a good spot for the stables to go, or back it up into here, and then that way we will have a little bit of room to work with. And tuck the house in right here, or maybe here. Alrighty, enough sitting around. Let's get to some building and finish out this little farming section of our village. And, of course, the replay mod decided that it was not going to save my entire time lapse of building this farmhouse, so unfortunately you're just going to have to pretend. And if anybody has any tips on how to keep the replay mod from crashing while saving, that would be greatly appreciated. Feel free to drop those in the comments. Thank you! Here we are. The farmhouse is finally done. We made the decisions. I did have to do a little bit of landscaping and push this hill back just so that this would all fit in here. But yeah, this is what we came up with. I originally was going to have this like a closed off patio with a roof, but I just thought it made the build look a little too blocky. So we took that out, but I left the support beam for some reason. I don't know, I just thought it might look like a cool lamp. As for the inside, it's still pretty bare in here. We'll have to get around to doing that in between episodes. But one feature I really like is this trellis that I made out of fence posts and the spore blossom. I thought that looked really cool. Out back here we have a chicken coop and an area for them to run around in. I planted a little bit of wheat. And even further back here we have a spot for our horses. So with that, I think we can go ahead and bring these horses over here. Oh, and we will have successfully diverted all of our animals out of this fenced-in area so that we can start building the rest of the village in the next episode. All of the horses are in, and look at that one's jumping for joy. He's so happy he doesn't have to be in that tiny little fenced-in area anymore. We got some hay for him. We got some fresh wheat. I mean, they got it made out here. For the chickens, I do have 16 eggs, so let's see if we get any. Oh, perfect. Okay. I don't have any seeds, but we can breed you guys up later. Uh-oh, how the heck did he get out? How did you get out? Oh my gosh. Did I leave a gate open? No. Oh. The hay bales. Okay, well, that's gonna have to... We're gonna have to fix that. There. This is a great start to our village. Unfortunately, I didn't get to build as much as I wanted to, but I chose to do some landscaping, and that unfortunately takes a really long time. So with that, I think this is going to be the end of today's episode. Next episode, we'll definitely have to get some more building on the village done and maybe do some exploring, maybe find the woodland mansion. That would be fun. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.